today's topic. This is a sensitive one. Whew.
Wait, which topic? I got some in-law stories.
Oh, we know. We seen you on Wags.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Has it changed for the better or the worse?
The husband is so attached to his mom still.
You gotta leave the cleave.
You gotta get off the nipple.
Guys, they want to be treated like queens these days.
I'm not chasing after no guy. I wanna be proposed to.
So Sherelle, y'all got the whole Brady bunch. How does that work with all the other mothers of Chad's kids? Y'all having like family events? How does that work? They named a whole episode of Wags after my mother-in-law. Guess what it was called? Hurricane Phyllis.
Girl, they called Chad Mom Hurricane Paula. She was a mess. She was a category 5.
Not category 5.
Yes. If you didn't get cussed out by her, then you wasn't loved in the family.
She would moon you?
Oh yeah, she did it all. Kiss my black ass.
Hey, Sherelle.
Let me sit back.
I'm a huge fan of Selling Tampa on Netflix. I was super disappointed when it got canceled. I'm dying to know what happened with the ladies from the show after it ended. What's tea? I need to know.
Do y'all want the real tea?
We want the real.
I get in my way, never out of my lane. Feel like you the one and I'm on one. So what it's gonna be? Baby, squad up, we finna go deep. Riding on a team, got what you need. Baby, won't you keep me company? Give me something to do when I get lonely. I got something for you when we get home. If you let me put it down, when I hit the town, you should lie.
Welcome back to the Humble Baddies podcast. I'm Ashley Nicole.
I am Hell Real.
I'm Sexy Lexi.
Welcome back, guys. So I've been getting a lot of questions about, like, what is a humble baddie? And why did we choose that name for a podcast? So I know my answer. I don't know what y'all be saying.
You know, I didn't really love the name at first, but
I know
until
you
y'all
didn't
broke it
like
down
it.
to me, I was like, oh, okay. That makes sense. So what is?
To me, a humble baddie is whatever you want it to be, okay? First of all, a humble baddie is somebody who loves themselves for whatever they bring to the table. If you ain't even got no table, you love it, okay? A humble baddie is somebody who, you define it. You make it what you want it to be. A humble baddie is, they're just a confident woman. They're somebody who doesn't take shit from anybody, who stands in, you know, their flaws and all. Mm-hmm. They know they're not perfect, but they're willing to learn. And they're just unapologetic about who they are.
Yes.
To me, being a humble baddie exudes grace, as well as being that, like, pushing through and that confidence of just like, you know what, I got this, I can do this. And, you know, I'm gonna be my fly self while doing it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you're passionate about. So that's how I embody being a humble baddie.
What makes you a humble baddie, Shirley Rowell?
What makes me a humble baddie is me being a BAMF.
A who?
A BAMF.
What's that?
A badass motherfucker.
A bounce. Okay.
A BAMF. A badass motherfucker.
I'm about to save you in my phone.
A
as
BAMF.
Yes, BAMF.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna put that in
A
the
badass
BAMF.
Okay.
badass
BAMF.
motherfucker. Because I take charge. I'm
You do.
unapologetic.
You do.
I own what's mine. I stand on it, standing on business.
Period.
And it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And I'm bad.
And she bad.
But humble at the
bad.
same time.
Yes.
We are
So
humble
in
baddies.
conclusion, everyone can come up with their own version and their own definition of what they feel a humble baddie is. But we wanted to really highlight dope humble baddies, and here we are. We all came together.
Yeah.
And as 3 humble baddies do, we are basically just want to include you all in our humble baddie experiences. So welcome.
We need to do a humble baddie shout out. Where the humble baddies at?
Where the humble baddies at?
Where y'all at? Okay, so now that we know what a humble baddie is, I'd like to nominate a humble baddie.
Word.
I just feel like we should we gotta give our flowers. You know what I mean?
I'm down for that.
I feel like the person that I want to give their flowers to today is Kamala Harris.
Okay.
I mean, how can we not? Okay,
Yes. She's
the
definitely
vice president,
exuding all that.
soon
right
to
now.
be the future president of the United
Yeah,
States of America.
yeah.
Yes.
And she's doing the damn thing. Like, we got to give her her flowers.
That's true. I agree with you. She definitely deserves to
Absolutely.
be a humble.
This is
She is a humble
history. This
baddie.
is history in the making. Like, I'm so grateful to be a part of this. Like, we got to vote for Barack Obama, and now we get to vote for Kamala Harris. Like, this is amazing. Like, this is history.
We definitely have the ability and the privilege and the honor of voting and being
Yeah.
a part of history. And statistic-wise, there are many countries that are ran by women and they're doing amazing in so
Yeah.
many different values and so many different realms. And I feel like it's time for America to really put their voice forward and show that not only, she exudes so many different, she checks all these different boxes
does.
of what it means to be one, American, and two, a humble baddie.
Absolutely.
A black woman.
A black woman, she's well educated, she is so smart and just very influential in so many different realms. She's a melting pot. She stands up for all the voices, and I'm just proud to be able to vote for her.
Yes.
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 Kamala, you got to come be a guest on the Humble Baddie podcast.
I love that for us.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, yes.
I love that.
All right, who else? Anybody else y'all want to?
I would like to,
Nominate.
it's not one specific woman that I would like to nominate, but it is the women of all the sports of the Olympics.
Oh, yeah, the women are killing it.
It's specifically American women because
Yeah.
they accounted for more medals than the men this
That's
year.
insane. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, it's not, but it is.
And just to see women of grace, like your, what's that girl's name? Simone Biles, who was
Biles.
just exuding her humble
Superhuman.
baddie self, and Sydney
And
McLaughlin.
so confident. And
Yes.
her interviews, I love her
I love
interviews.
it.
She's unapologetic, and I love it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And all of these women are just so beautiful. I mean, I was just enamored by the beauty of these athletes, and I'm just happy to be able to watch them. Aja Wilson's
I
for
love
the
Aja
girls
Wilson.
basketball team. Shout out to them.
Sha'Carri. Yeah.
I mean, got the silver medal. And then you just had so many different sports being represented, and I was just happy
the
to be
women
there.
showed
So
out.
Women
I don't know
showed
none of
out.
the men. Who was the men's? Who
I mean, there
represented
was
for the men?
it was a lot of men out there.
Yeah, but
and
I
they were
feel like
fine
the
too. A lot
women
of
were
them.
showing out. The women were in the headlines.
Yes.
You know? Like, they were really out there killing it.
So my nomination is to the U.S. women's, all the teams that ended up medaling and those that competed. So shout out to the women. Y'all are
Yeah.
dope. Because they didn't have babies and everything and out there
Yeah, they
getting it.
Oh, they
you
made
know?
special, like, breastfeeding rooms or something for them. Like, they made
A
some
daycare.
changes for them. Yeah, for the moms. I love that.
Allison Felix was the one that was the head of that.
That's
that put that
amazing.
forward.
I would say my Humble Baddie Award goes to Angel Reese.
Okay.
Ooh.
I love her. I feel like she really changed the game.
And she's a baddie.
She
She's
is
a
the
fucking
baddie.
baddie.
She is the
killed
baddie.
She's
it.
the what? She was the Bayou.
Yeah, the Bayou, what's it,
Bayou
Princess?
Baddie or something?
Whatever.
Bayou
But-
Barbie or something like that.
Bayou Barbie.
There it is.
But I feel like, so much went to Caitlin Clark, but she had a lot to play into that.
That's
you know,
right.
she's very unapologetic. She stand on business.
She does.
It is what it is. She get out on that court and she owns it. And I feel like, she deserves her flowers.
She
so
does.
I love that. And her
Listen.
makeup did not move. She's so beautiful and
She's
very
very
feminine and
gorgeous.
just so out
Yes.
there, just doing her thing and just so cute.
So,
Love it.
Shout
a
out
humble
to
baddie.
the humble baddies.
Cheers.
All over
Shout
the
out to
world.
Angel Reese.
Cheers to all the humble baddies.
Cheers.
That's right. That's right. But I feel like some of the fellas are trying to be baddies too. Is that like are
Humble
they trying
daddies. They the humble daddies.
The humble Now, some of the men want to be humble baddies.
Well, we got some that want to be a baddie, but most of them are humble daddies.
Or they want to feel like a baddie if something happens to them,
No,
like-
for real. The guys, they want to be treated like queens
They
these
do.
days. They
These
want to be
days.
wined and dined
That's true.
and all the above. That's so
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm not chasing after no guy. I'm
They
not
want to
doing
be
any
taken
of
care of, but
that.
the ladies are doing it. They're
Yeah.
taking care of the men and whining and dining. And I
That's
was watching
horrible.
something where the women, they go to work and they give their whole checks to the men to pay their
Whole check.
their babies. The guy has child support, they pay their child support. for the
Question:
guy.
how do y'all feel about? I forgot which athlete it was. After she won the gold in her event, she ran over and proposed to her.
I saw
her
that.
guy.
Which one was that?
I feel like they
It
were
wasn't
either
a-
Italian or French. I can't really remember, but I did see
It
that.
was during the Olympics.
Yes.
I guess the little bit of the backstory is
Was it like
and
China or Japan?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't an Asian one?
They had been together for years, and she was like, you know, if I win, then I'm just gonna say, let's do it. Because they're in the city of love. It's Paris, and
He should have had the ring ready and popped it out to her after she won.
because they had been together for a minute too. Because you
Like
know,
I
it's
said,
about that
times are
time.
changing, child. Things
Would you
are different.
would you do that, Ashley?
Hell no, I would never. I would never. It's just some things I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna take out the trash. I'm not changing no tires. I mean, I could, but why? I'm not doing it.
On international
I'm not proposing.
TV.
I'm not getting on one knee. I'm not doing that. Why would I do that?
I'm old school. I want to be proposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
And if
crazy.
you don't want to do the get on the knee thing, I mean, just
It doesn't
write
have
me
to
a
be
letter
that.
or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's weird. But, you know, things are different these days. These new kids.
I want you to be creative, and let's go.
Going into it. Shout out to the Humble Baddies, but let's talk
But
about
yes.
today's topic.
Okay.
Whew, this is a sensitive one. And a lot of y'all gonna relate to us about this topic. We're talking about motherhood, the opposite, your mother-in-law, getting all in it.
In-laws.
The in-laws.
The relationships with in-laws and blended families.
Which is a lot. Blended families.
I can speak on that.
Yes.
I got some in-law stories.
Oh, we know. We seen you on Wags.
Y'all seen it. I don't even got to tell you.
We seen it on Wags, child. We seen it.
It was a lot.
Has it changed?
It has changed. Y'all would love to see it now.
Has it changed for the better or the worse?
Yeah, like our relationship has grown in a very, very authentic way.
So for the people who are just now, tuning in to you and didn't watch Wags. So before Ashley was on a show that did very well, it was Wags. And it included her husband, her fiance at the time, and her mother-in-law, her parents, and it just talked about everything. And that was an interesting relationship.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all go back and tune in.
It was crazy. It was very tumultuous up until even after the show. Like when I had my first son, like we just did not mesh. We just butted heads. There was just a lot of like assumptions, and she was thinking some things in her head, and I was thinking things in my head, and we would just clash. And Phil was like in the middle of it, and he was obviously trying to like stand up for me, but still be respectful. So it was just heavy and hard, but we've made it through that, and she's amazing. Like we're a lot closer now. She comes. She was just here. She kept the kids for us while me and Phil ran off to Vegas for the weekend.
Okay.
And it's good. Like we talk all the time. Like she really, I don't know, we came around.
How did you overcome that? Like it had to be, like you just didn't wake up and be good. I know a lot of people face that issue, like trying to
So
create
I
that
think
space.
really what it was is I had to, not put my foot down, but I stood on business about how I felt, especially like running my household and what I stand for in my own household and how things are gonna be. I think if I just rolled over and let her do whatever, I think that she wouldn't respect me like she does now, So I think just being respectful, but also like standing on business and standing my ground and being firm in what I believe, And then also like having conversations with Phil, because this is his mom, you know, and having him having my back and us having like, you know, real conversations. We had to have meetings, like family meetings. Like we would fly to Atlanta to her house and sit down and have whole family meetings and have discussions because we really had to get down to the bottom of it. You
That's
know?
good because that can break a relationship.
It really can.
It really could. It really could. And I always, from the time I met Phil, I said, Phil, you are so blessed to have such a close family. Like his mom and his aunts, his uncle, his grandparents, they're all
Everyone's
so
there.
close. And I admire that. So I'm like, it hurt me that we were butting heads so bad because I don't have that. And I want to be married into a family that's close like that. I want to be just as close. So I wanted to fix it. So we would fly to Atlanta and we would sit down and we would have these hard talks. You know, it's communication at the end of the day.
Right.
So we would have these talks, but it took years of that. It took years of communicating and talking. And, you know, I think she did some things on her own. Like, you know, I think she talked to people and me and Phil had to talk about it amongst ourselves. And, you know, with time, it got better.
That's good.
It didn't happen overnight. I was afraid it wasn't never going to happen, but it happened. Thank God.
And I think that's the biggest thing, and a lot of people experience is, you know, the mother-in-law coming in and they want the best for either their daughter or their son, and sometimes they overpower a relationship. And
I agree.
you just, even with parents, you have to set your boundaries.
Yeah.
With that, I think with our relationship, Chad and I, and Chad mother passed away, but with my mom, you know, I don't tell her too much, but she, you know, she's biased of me, of course.
Yeah.
But
you can't tell them everything.
right, you can't, because then they
yeah.
become opinionated and then they want
They
to
form their own opinions.
Exactly.
And no, you can't tell them
But
everything.
I keep it, you know, basic with her. She sent us Bible verses. She prayed for us. But you got to keep the mother-in-laws and father-in-laws out your relationship because
because you have to be like a rock, you know,
Right.
with your spouse, and you can't let anybody else infiltrate that. Like, yes, like that's your mom and she loves you, but at the end of the day, like I'm your wife and we got to be on the same page.
you got to get through that storm
Exactly.
together. You can,
Exactly.
not with others.
And low key, it's you guys' time now to figure out that dynamic, that relationship with your family, what traditions you're impending on your children, and what, you know, routines and what things that you want to instill in your children.
Yeah.
Like with me, even though my ex-husband and I are divorced, that's still my
That's
family.
still your family, right?
And that's still the same blood that's running through my children, and they have to be a part of their lives.
Right.
It's crucial for that reason because it's also helps navigate also the family teaching my children who their father is too, and vice versa. My family and my parents are instilling in my children, like, look, this is who your mom is because this is how we raised her and this is what because like my mom is, y'all know my mom is around all the time. So my children get to see what it's like low key. I always talk about my mom being that she's a lot easier on my children than she was on my sister and I. So the fact that they get her nurturing spirit and my father too, they get to see a little portion of how I was raised, and it's so helpful. But the in-laws that were not easy, especially with my ex-husband, you know, like it was difficult, especially because he lost his father at a young age, so I never got to meet his father, but his father's family is abundant. And so I was able to learn more about my ex because of the fact of his family and his in-laws. So it was helpful, you know, so.
Yeah, no, I think it's important to like try to make it work with in-laws because at the end of the day, like family is all you got. It's like I said, I didn't have like a village. My family isn't that big, and I admire how close Phil's family is. So I really wanted it to work. Like I don't want to have to like be going at it with his family. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think some people, I don't know, I feel like some people think like, oh, you just want to like be the boss and tell people, no, it's really not that. But this is my house and this is how
we have to live
things
together 24/7.
Exactly. So I'm just thankful that we made it through it.
That's
because-
good. Yes. Some people just pull away. Some people just cut off and they force their mates to pull away from their families. And I don't think that's fair. I think everyone should, be adults and.
But what about the
find a resolution.
men who are like mama's boys and like will do whatever their mom says and let their mom like run their relationship? Because I've known people who have been
Same
in
here.
relationships like that where it's like the husband is so attached to his mom still that he does whatever she says.
Well, baby,
You
you
gotta
gonna have
leave
to-
the cleave, okay?
Yes, you got to get off the nipple.
Yeah.
Let
I'm
it go.
trying to consciously, since I have 2 boys, I'm just like, I don't want to be
Like,
that
what kind
mama.
of-
I want to be like, I hope like whoever they end up with, that they love me and I love them. Like, I'm going to try to do my best to make sure like the
Listen,
relationship is good.
We have intuition and we can see straight through them little heifers that come in
Not
our
little
son's
heifers.
life.
What you
If-
going to do when a little heifer come that you don't like?
If they ain't for my son and they just,
What are you going to do though? You can't, but that's the thing. I don't want to be the one that has to be like, no, boo, she's not for you. You know what
I'm gonna
saying?
say either he take heed or, move on. But I'm gonna let him know, like, baby, just focus on you.
I'm gonna tell all my children, like, if I feel some kind of way about something or
Yeah.
like somebody, I'm gonna be like, this is how I feel, and then I'm gonna
Yeah.
let them figure that out. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not gonna control it because I know I wasn't listening to anybody.
No, we wasn't.
But I'm gonna go ahead and put my 2 cents in there and just go and sprinkle
Yeah.
a little my advice.
But I'm not gonna be that mother that, even though Denim and Marcus are my babies, I'm not going to be that mother.
I don't know. I think you're going to be that mama.
I probably will. Who
I
knows?
think you're going to be that mama. I can see you. You're going to be like, who is this bitch that keep calling here asking for you?
My babies. Who is this that got your nose all turned up and you ain't focusing on school? Where that little heifer at?
Yeah, I can see that for you.
What advice do you have for someone that is going through issues with their mother-in-law or father-in-law? Anybody?
I would say just give it time, and don't get so stuck in like the emotion of the moment, because family, like, I plan on being married forever, which means they're going to be around.
Families forever.
Yeah, y'all stuck
So
with me.
don't get so stuck in whatever you're feeling at the moment. Obviously you're going to feel it, but like that moment is going to move on and y'all are going to have to be around each other again at some point. And if you get stuck in that, it can really just spoil so many beautiful family moments. So I would just say, sit down and have conversations. At the end of the day, y'all will be able to find some kind of way to connect and get past it. It just takes time. It just takes time and communication.
Yeah, definitely communication. I say, because some people sit down, talk, there's still no resolution. Older people are stuck in their ways. Sometimes you just have to be the bigger person and just bite your tongue. Let it be. You know what you're there for. You're there for your spouse, you're not there to marry the family members.
Right.
Like, just bite your tongue, continue on, and eventually it will pass over.
That's true. Yeah, sometimes some old folks do not
Oh, yeah, they
care.
stuck in their ways. You got to take it how it is. Take
Yeah,
it with a grain
exactly.
of salt.
Yeah.
They ain't
Exactly.
changing.
Yeah.
So don't waste your energy and time trying to argue and change how they feel about
Right.
you.
I think, too, part of it was I was emotional in my feelings about stuff, too. So, like, you sometimes got to check
Like you were
yourself about your
sensitive,
own shit,
whatever. Yeah.
But that's with any relationship,
So as far as mother-in-laws, father-in-laws, you really don't get a lot from father-in-laws. Most of the time it's the mother.
It be the
mama.
mothers. It be the mama.
If you're going through it, communicate. If that's not working, just tune they behind out. They stuck in their ways. You can't change how they feel. At the end of the day, you're there for their spouse. And keep it moving.
Because the last thing you want to happen is the effect of you not getting along with their parents and then it bleeding into your marriage or your relationship. That's the last thing you want, because who wants to add extra stress?
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
They named a whole episode of Wags after my mother-in-law.
Stop it.
Yes, guess what it was called?
What?
Hurricane Phyllis.
Girl,
Yeah.
they called Chad Mom Hurricane Paula. She was a mess. Ain't nobody topping Chad Mom. If God bless the dead, if Chad Mom was still living, you know how they say these other moms, Mama D and all them, Oh, Chad mama was killing all of them. She was the
Really?
GOAT of fucking
Like
hurricanes.
what?
Oh my god.
She did not play no games.
Oh my goodness.
She would cuss your ass out. If you didn't get cussed out by her, then you wasn't loved in the family. Like, she didn't give two fucks. She would moon you, cuss you out, and like no tomorrow.
She would moon you?
Oh yeah, she did it all. Kiss my
didn't
black
give-
ass
and show it.
And show it.
Oh my
She didn't play no games.
Now, Miss Phyllis didn't do that.
Oh, Chad mom. Hurricane Paula?
Hurricane Phyllis, she was a bit much, but
She was a category 5.
Not category 5.
Yes.
A catastrophe.
well,
God
damn.
bless the dead.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
So, Sherelle, y'all got the whole Brady bunch.
The Ocho bunch.
The Ocho bunch going on over there. So how does that work with all the other mothers of Chad's kids and y'all having like family events and stuff going on? How does that work?
Honestly, it's not a bad problem. I get along with all Chad's, kids' mothers.
Uh-huh.
There's no issue.
So like,
That's great.
do y'all talk? Are y'all like,
When it comes to the kids, we
texting?
communicate. I'm close with some of his kids' mom. Like, we'll talk about other things like life other than the kids. And so some of them is just strictly about the kids or where we're going.
Yeah. Well, that's good and healthy because I know
That's a
some
blessing.
people don't have that situation, and I can't imagine like how stressful it is to like have to deal with other people, and you have to deal with them because
Right.
they're children involved.
Right. I think with us, we're all mature. None of them want Chad. They passed him. Some of the kids are still young, and Chad doesn't have a mom or a father. I still have both my mom and my father. So when we do get the kids for the summer, my parents took Chad kids in like their grandparents. So sometime in the summertime, my dad would get the boys and take them hunting, take them to Oklahoma camping, and things like that.
That's
so
awesome.
It's like building a relationship. So of course they have to talk. Sometimes they'll fly without us and go straight to Oklahoma. And it's just the communication. So I think over time, we all develop a relationship, and they respect me as the stepmom and, being Chad's
Bonus mom. You're the
mom.
bonus.
Yes. I treat them like they my babies
Yes.
at the end of the day, because I would want the same thing if, my kids were in that situation. So,
And you're building not really, it's like almost a new family. I feel like most people nowadays, especially I'm coming with 4, and a lot of people have children. So like, it's starting to become very normalized to become a blended family instead of that more traditional way of like, oh, this is how my parents did it and it should have been like this and this, this, and this.
Yeah.
Right.
It's becoming more and more common to be blending.
Yeah.
And with the help of mom, the other mothers of these children, it's so helpful, not just for the parents to get along, but it's great, it's healthy for the children. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
if they see both of them, like, your mother, your birth mother, and then your bonus mom getting along, or at least conversating, I feel like it just eases the energy and the heaviness of now that
Right.
their parents are not together. It just kind of makes them more comfortable. And I feel like your husband, he's more comfortable to be a father because he does have your help. And a lot of that pressure is off of him because you can talk to the ladies.
let's clarify. He's my fiance now.
Well, I'm gonna call him that.
So what about, we talk about like the moms and the baby moms, but what about the dads? Like how is Chad with your children's father? Like how does that, we don't really talk about that side of
They
things.
honestly don't communicate.
Okay.
Interesting.
They choose not to? or
That's
it's just-
a great question.
It's just,
They don't need to? Like, what is it? Y'all just choose not to?
I think
or
men pride are higher. So it's like they feel like maybe they choose not to, but
they're not even interested.
Do you think maybe
in
because you
knowing
just
each
handle
other
a
at
lot
all?
of more of that dynamic, like with the kids or
I just
with
feel
you?
like men, especially black men, the pride is so high they don't even.
They're
I
not
don't know
even
what it
gonna.
is. I can't even
Interesting.
answer it.
That's a
I wanna
great
know.
question.
I
Maybe
wanna
it's
know.
I don't
it's
know.
still hate towards, the
Because you
ex.
got my girl now, so
That's something
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
have to
talk to
deal
you.
with eventually because I plan on,
Yeah.
shutting it down again. And
Okay, girl.
yeah, absolutely. I believe in love. I believe I'm a beautiful, great wife, and it's gonna happen to me again. And so therefore, it's
You
gonna
ain't
be
trying to have
that
no more
conversation.
kids, are you?
I would.
Girl, you done lost your damn mind.
I could go either way. I
Girl,
could go
every
either
time
way.
you say that, I just be like,
So
girl.
imagine that being a blended family. Like I could go either way. I'm definitely satisfied with my 4, but if that
And keep it that way. You don't need no more damn kids.
but if it's the right
no.
guy and maybe he doesn't have any, he's like, look, let's try. I would definitely do it because I believe children are a blessing. So
They are a
we don't know.
blessing.
We shall see.
Okay. So, yeah, I really want to know about the whole dad side of the thing.
That's a great question.
Of the blended families. I really want to know, like, why do guys, I feel like they have it easier almost. Like they have nobody expects them to have to entertain the new person in the relationship. Like, that's not fair.
That's interesting. I like
It's
that.
weird. I don't know why it's like that, but I can go back to when I was a child and my stepdad, who's still with my mom today, and my real dad, like, they wanted to know who each other was. They communicated. Still to this day, like, I would have Thanksgiving and have both of them at my house at the same time. When I get married, they're both walking me down the aisle. Like, I feel like it's not like that today. Like, back then, the men want to know who's around my child, who's raising my child. But today, I don't, even with my experience, it's not like that.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay. You
Sounds
should
good.
ask Chad that on what's it called?
On Nightcap,
On Nightcap. You should ask him that and see what he
he
thinks.
wants to meet, though. He wants to meet my ex-husband, and he wants to sit down and talk with him. But some people are not the same.
Yeah. Okay.
I like
Can't
that.
force
I
it.
like that.
Okay, so how do y'all feel about men like Cam Newton, Nick Cannon, who, well, I don't know how Cam is, what he does, but he has multiple children by different women.
Shit, mine do too.
No, but the way that he speaks about women,
Well, he doesn't want to commit pretty much,
he doesn't
right?
want to commit. He's just like, I'm willing to have kids, but I'm not willing to get married yet or something. I don't know, but
he's committed in a relationship. Cam, isn't he? Isn't he still?
he's in a relationship, but
what's her name?
he's not going to get married or something like that.
So he's scared, like he has a fear of
scared
marriage.
of marriage.
Yeah. He would rather have kids.
So he feels in his selfish ways, he'd rather procreate, have these kids, but because he feels like he's taking care of them and their moms.
Well, let's not talk about
good.
Cam Newton per se, because I don't know exactly how he feels.
I don't either.
You know, there's men out here who would rather just have babies by multiple women, but they will never like marry them.
Like Nick Cannon.
Like Nick Cannon.
But yeah, like Nick Cannon.
Right.
Oof.
What do y'all think about that?
I just know everybody's pH balance got to be off. I'm just saying over there.
I think it's really unfair
I
to
think it's
everybody
unfair.
involved.
The
because
kids, it's unfair.
The children and
Well,
the
they don't think
children's
it's unfair
mothers.
because some of these women be
They're going
prancing
back.
around like taking family photos, like everything all good and gravy, and he jumped to the next one and the next one.
You're
I
right.
don't feel sorry for them.
I didn't say I felt sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for them. But I feel like it's not fair to the children for sure.
I agree.
Of course.
Because, you know, he can't be at a million places at once. They're not all going to get
The same treatment.
right. He can't be a father to them, you know, as he should. His time he can't split his time like that. So do you guys feel like, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's allowed for men to do something like that. But if a woman was to do something like that, you know, like,
Oh, they a hoe.
She a
this,
hoe,
that,
yeah.
She this. She all in the streets. Blah 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 blah.
yeah, I think it's just not fair that men are allowed to, like you said, they have that choice not to speak to the other father when you get into new relationships. You know, it's always the woman that has to deal with the other baby mothers. Then they have the option to have babies with all these women, and it's okay.
And they can just come and go and all
come
that.
and go and
women
not
are
be
there.
committed.
Yeah, it's not for me. I don't think it would be for me. I'm not okay with that because I do see how it's hard enough navigating my children to see their father and their time and their schedules. And, you know, I need the help from him, you know, to really raise these kids.
But I guess maybe those women are
not
like,
for me.
They're just getting the check or whatever. I think, I don't know, I'm just saying. But maybe they feel like
That's
them
enough.
having a baby, yeah, they getting a check. So, you know, and maybe they just wanted a baby too, you know.
But it's
they're
happens
getting
too.
what they want out of it.
It's hard because I'm kind of in that situation, even with Chad. Chad has, you know, 6 or 7 baby moms, and trying to balance, even though a lot of them are adults, even the kids, like, because they're spread out, it's hard to balance. And even though they're his kids, but they still are attached to me, I feel guilty because it's like, you're spending time with this one and not this one, and we can't get this one because of this one, and it's not right. I know I grew up without my father, and I don't feel like I feel like it plays a big role in that child's life, especially growing up, because me not having my father in my life growing up, it created so many issues that I had to go to therapy to get over, like being codependent on men because I didn't have a father in my life and all this. And it's like I'm thinking about it and looking at it like, damn, like you're creating these issues and it's not your fault, but it is your fault because you can't be in their life like you're supposed to.
Well, I think it's because you're aware, I feel like you're already on a better path. You know what I mean? Just being aware and knowing like, okay, this is my situation, and I know what the outcome is going to be if I don't do this. Right. I just think being aware is already like being on top of it. But like you said, you can't be everywhere.
Cannot.
But I feel like there's a difference when somebody like Nick Cannon, who is like, he's literally going out into the world saying like, I want to create.
Still make more kids and more kids.
And I just feel like that's just kind of crazy, you know?
Because they don't know, they don't understand. They may have had their parents in their life, but coming from somebody who didn't have their father in their life, like that shit is hard. It hurts. Like you don't know what you miss out on so many things.
So many milestones.
And it's not fair. I feel like it's
very
very selfish.
Yeah.
And they should like really reconsider what they're doing.
I mean, honestly, in this economy,
It's not frowned upon.
in this economy, the way things are going, it kind of is a good idea. Because, like, these mortgages...
Not the mortgages.
I'm just
You need some help.
You
You
need
need
more
some
than
help.
2 incomes these
It
days.
takes a community to pay
It
the
takes
mortgage.
a village. I'm just saying. So, I mean, if we're looking at it from that standpoint, it's kind of smart, you know? And also, you know, people bring different stuff to the table. So it's like, if you got something I like and you got something I like, but he lacking what he got, you know, we bring one together and we make a man. I like it. You know, it doesn't sound that bad when you break it down, honestly.
Would you be in a if you wasn't married and you was in a whole different
Thank you
world,
for asking this.
would your ass be in a polyamorous relationship, Ashley?
Sounds like another word for being a hoe, like a little bit. Like it's like you in a hoe, you hoe-ish
You
in a
ain't answering
relationship.
my question, Ashley.
I mean, I don't know if I wouldn't be around here calling myself that. No, I
But
wouldn't
would you
say
be
that.
in one?
I mean, I ain't opposed to it. Okay. When we talking it out, it sounds kind of.
It sounds like you
Like
something.
you almost can rest on some days. You don't have to be
it's
on
like,
all the
I ain't
time.
really fucking with Bob today. I really like Joe, so I'm gonna go hang with Joe today. You know what I'm saying? And
I
Joe
feel you,
can
I
go
feel
find
you.
Sue.
This is our next lifetime world.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of get it when we break it down.
When you break it
I get it what you're saying when you break it down like that, but it's not
And
for
I'm
me.
telling you, it's hard out here in these streets.
It
Bills
is.
broke.
Maybe
is.
it'll
It
make
is.
the other one peak their game up. Because I
Yes.
got Joe over here doing this. And what
Okay.
you doing over here, Bob? Because Joe
Exactly.
done got me all this. What you doing?
I think I'm too jealous.
You too jealous?
I think so. I wouldn't want to like.
No, but that's why you have more than one. Because you then won't care.
You
Then I
got
don't have
time to
to
be
worry about it.
jealous.
Yeah.
So both of us have more than one.
Yes. We don't care what he got too, because you got
You got several.
options too. You got Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
got-
You know.
But what if like there's kids involved? Like that would be crazy.
Ain't no kids involved
Yeah,
right now
I
in the
don't know.
polyamory.
I don't know
But what
about
if it is? You feel like they would have more options, like if one mom is not feeling great and she's like, you know, I can't parent the same right now, so go talk to your other mama right now.
We ain't
To help
talking
us
about
out?
kids
Yeah, no, that-
right
it
now.
gets
We-
I'm just
confusing
thinking.
with
I
that.
mean, I
No,
don't
But
know.
you know-
we ain't talking about kids. You single, you young, and you in.
That's why I got my kids in private or they homeschool because I don't got time for the 2 moms and the 3 dads and the 4.
Right.
That's too much. Nope, homeschool.
Well, y'all hit us up on Humble Baddie email and let us know because we trying to figure this out. You know, enlighten us if it works for you because we want to know, guys.
We don't know, but it sounds
I'm curious.
interesting.
Listen,
Okay.
if I
what
was
else?
young and single, I probably would be in a polyamorous relationship too. No
Yeah.
kids, young, single, no kids. Yeah, I have a little lineup.
Yeah,
A
when they
lot- a
that's
little
what I'm
lineup.
saying. That's all it is. They put a name on hoeing,
Yeah, I be young.
and it's not sneaky no more. And we being open about it.
Name on home.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good. It's actually very respectful hoeing. It's like
Yeah, you being honest,
I'm being
straightforward.
honest about I'm finna go over here with Bob today. Okay,
Okay, I understand the open dialogue in the
letting you
communication.
know it's Tuesday. It's
Really,
Bob's
it's
day.
Tuesday.
Today is Bob's day.
So I like it.
Okay, yeah, y'all warming me up on it a little bit. I get it because I like to
Girl,
like
you
have my
single.
space.
You can have a
I might need to
polyamorous
do that.
relationship right now.
But I low key could.
You might need to try it out and let us know how it works.
So let me
Yes.
hit up the roster and see how that goes.
Yeah, say, hey, I got Bob today, and I mean, I'm
So you got
available
Monday, Wednesday,
Wednesday.
Fridays, and you looking for a Tuesday, Thursday, and see what they say.
Okay.
They probably
I'm
down
looking for
for
a
it.
Tuesday, Thursday. So where you at? Hit me up.
Period.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is.
People do this every day, all day.
So Lex, you let us know how this polyamorous lifestyle is.
I think the guys that I talk to and I'm getting to know are very like
Territorial.
100%.
So they
That's
ain't
cute,
put no
dude.
ring
But
on
I
it.
guess I let them know what I
Yeah, hey, I gotta date this
Because
day.
I do like dating
Tell them
many people.
Yeah, tell them to
Yeah.
set their cookies up if they want to be the only one.
Okay, I like that. Okay, you know what,
And then,
Ash?
Yeah.
and then
Thank
while you're
you.
going on there, Ashley, we got some Humble Baddie mail, child. We need to figure out what's
Let
going
me
on.
answer the
with
Humble Baddie mail for you guys.
Please let us know.
I need the
figure
Humble
out.
Baddie mail.
Polyamorous.
Ooh,
It's so
child.
many lifestyles. I have seen like a couple shows like on some of those networks.
But the thing is, the men always be looking raggedy. I don't understand that.
They be pulling them, don't they?
They don't be cute. And
They do
and they
not.
be living their
You mean when
best
it's
lives.
one woman and many men, or the other way around?
no,
When
no.
it's one guy and many women.
Yeah.
You're like, how did he
How
do
the
this?
hell you pull this shit
Yes.
off?
Yes.
I feel like a lot of it is also religious.
No, with the
I
men,
see
the
that,
ugly
too.
men.
Yeah, they be raggedy. They
You're
be
right.
like
They're not-
balding.
they're not- you're like,
they
how
be
did he
like
do
bald
this?
on the top with locks down here.
Stop it!
And
Not
they
fall on
Old
top of
man
my.
edge up.
Yeah, it don't be cute. I just be like, where
know
did y'all
that.
find
I
him
know
at?
that.
And how did he talk you into it? Like, what did he say? What was his
what
words?
kind of game
Was
does he
like,
have?
come
Swag?
home with me, I got another girl, and you only have to be my wife on Wednesdays. I don't know.
Maybe they being straight up. I'm telling you,
But
when you
in
straight up,
reli-
it's competition.
Some
It's
religions
like-
allow it.
Maybe some women feel like they can't
You
get
know?
a man, so they'll take a piece of a man. No, is that bad to say?
There is some women like that because it's
They willing to share a man. 'cause
It
they
ain't
can't
even
get
about
their
sharing.
own?
They willing to be a side chick or whatever, a part time.
But they always be real confident. The women be like, yeah, I love him so much, and you know, Sherry, she's great
Not
too.
Sherry.
You know, Sherry, me and Sherry, you know, we have a good time together. But Bob, he's amazing. He's my king. I love. Like they really be going hard for them. You
They
know?
do. They do.
It's like I don't know, something in their head.
The Lulu.
It's not for me. I don't
I
think
want to
so,
hear what this
guys.
Humble Baddie mail is today.
All right, so guys, I just got the baddie mail. It's from Anonymous, and it reads, Hey, Sherelle.
Oh, it's to Sherelle.
It's to Sherelle.
Okay.
Very
Let me
specific.
sit back.
I'm a huge fan of Selling Tampa on Netflix. I was so hooked on the TV show, and I loved watching you and the ladies in action. I was super disappointed when it got canceled. I feel like there was so much more of the story to tell. I'm dying to know what happened with the ladies from the show after it ended. Are you still close with them? What's tea? I need to know.
Why do we gotta talk about this?
What's the tea, sis?
Do y'all want the real tea
People
or
wanna
the?
know. We want the real.
We want the real
Y'all know I can't
report.
sugarcoat shit, right?
We want the real.
Let us know.
Okay. So I am cool with majority of the ladies.
Majority.
Majority.
Who you ain't cool with? Who you ain't cool with?
I stopped talking to one in specific, Rena. I just felt like it was a lot of shady moves as far as
Business-wise or what?
As far as business-wise.
Okay.
You know, I brought her into this industry, in the real estate industry, and I felt like when she did decide to go out on her own, it's 1,000 and it's tens of thousands of agents out there.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you recruiting in-house? Why are you trying to come after my agents?
Oh, she was trying to steal your agent.
That's shady.
Yeah, that was very shady. And from then on, I was like, I don't fuck with you. I don't respect you.
Yeah.
Because even my worst enemy, I wouldn't do that to.
Yeah. So have y'all run into each other?
No.
No?
I mean, I seen her on a couple of opportunities. You know, I'm into government contracting, and apparently she's into government contracting now.
Okay.
What a coincidence. And, you know, we won a few opportunities. She was a competitor.
Okay.
And that's what it is.
So that's the tea.
That's T.
That's the
Everyone
tea.
else, you know, they check on me. Some have moved on to other brokerages, but we still mingle.
Which is fine.
We still speak. We still support each other. But as far as the other person, I wish her nothing but the best. But
Okay.
you can't come and take what I built.
I know that's right.
She
The
tried
sauce
it.
ain't the same. And that's T.
All right. And that's
Period.
that. Well, thank you all so much for submitting that. You know, even though it's directed to Sherelle, but you see, the mail comes to us, so keep sending that
I
to
love
us. We
y'all,
appreciate
though.
it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you guys for the Humble Baddie mail. Please write to us. Make sure you subscribe and like. We're going to be answering questions. If you don't subscribe and like, we're not answering your question though.
Yes. Subscribe,
know what's
like,
up.
follow. We love y'all. Until next time, we out this bitch.
Period.